I think I was even fairly punctual, man. I said an hour and 20 minutes. I think I was fairly punctual. Who would have thought? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, what do we got on here? Comments, banners. Fair enough. Fair enough. There you go. Got a join in link right there. What's going on? What's going on? It's open up here, open for chat, open for guests. So go ahead and click the join in link. I'll keep reiterating it by posting it in the comments. Hopefully, not kicking myself out, eh? Cheers, everybody, man. Oh, I'm gonna turn on the do not disturb here, which means I won't have background contact or notifications, just so you know. But that's fine. You can obviously come all the way to chatting up live, so you know how to get me. Join in link I posted in the chat. All right. Hi, how you doing? What's up, kid? Use me for burping. I apologize for that. Yo, give me a second. I'll be right back. What's going on, man? Don't hesitate to chat in. I put a join in link as a posted comment there. I will reiterate it so that as it and if it moves, you know what I'm saying? So got you. Don't hesitate. Come on in or chat in, tell me what's up. Maybe Jess went in the background to join up, right? Welcome to Jess, please do. Switching herbs again. Not exactly sure where I'm going or which one I'm going to, but oh, it's gas candy. Gas candy time. Bit of a heavy pour there. Hold up. Plenty, plenty. What's going on? What's going on? I got the join in link in the comment right there. Don't hesitate to come on up or chat in. Do your thing. All are welcome. Don't hesitate to click like. Wagwan. Looks a bit like it's going to unravel there. Don't hesitate to chat in. Oh, there's also a join in link in the chat there. I mean, in the comment, whatever. Welcome, welcome.
What up?
Carlitos,
What's up,
what's
my
going
man?
on, my man?
Chilling.
Chilling, yeah?
Chilling, my man. What are you doing?
Taking your mic, man. Mic check. Come on, be loud.
Can you
Be
hear
loud for
me?
a second. Yeah. I want to make sure we get it good, though.
Hello.
All
Hello.
right,
As loud as I can turn
we'll
it
go with
on.
that. Yo, what's up, Jessica? We got Poppy Carl over that way. Or is it that way? I don't remember, but cheers, Jess. Say hi to Carl. Carl, introduce yourself for those who don't know.
All right. So my name is Poppy Carl. I used to have a man bun, and I was at Walmart getting a haircut. This lady, she was like, you look like Russell Crowe. Yeah. And then I got home, I went live, and I was like, I told the boys, I was like, yo, she told this, fat girl, but she said I look
I
like
don't
Russell.
understand a fucking word, man. What's going on? I'm gonna try that mic again. Keep talking. Tell that story again.
So I went home. I told the boys, I was like, "Hey, I look like fucking." Oh, she sounded like Gerard Butler, and then like one of the boys like, "Nah, man, you look like Russell Crowe, but fat old Russell Crowe." And I was like, "Hey, man, it's still Russell Crowe."
I mean, you do look like
So
Russell Crowe. There's no doubt about it. We'll call it. You're the fluffed Russell Crowe.
the diabetic Russell Crowe.
I mean, he's probably diabetic too. You know.
Probably now.
We get you Ozempic. I guess it'll be Cut Carl.
Mm,
Cheers to Cut Carl, man.
that'd be nice.
What are you drinking tonight?
I got R&R.
Oh shit, honey whiskey.
No, it's just whiskey.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna stop that music because it distracted me. I'm gonna be gracious.
Come on. There we go.
Right on, right on. Well, Cheers to your whiskey. You got a 60%?
It's 40%. It's 80 proof.
Yeah. That's pretty typical. Most liquor right off the shelf.
Yeah.
So do the math, man, because I'm always on the 8% 211. 9 of those pints is more than one of those bottles, probably, right? That's why if I drink a liquor, I go to 100 proof. Sometimes it tastes kind of shit, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine. Man, it's fucking cold.
You got any wine jug left? It's cold.
No, no wine. I need to make some more.
Yeah. What do you use?
Just Welch's.
Oh, for real? Okay.
You have to eat.
I used to make it with apple cider. You know,
Yeah.
whatever
I
that
mean,
shit is. Yeah.
I mean, you can make it with anything, like any 100% juice that has no preservatives in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't
But
matter. It
that's
could
all
be.
right. Yeah, I used to do it with apple cider because whatever it came out good. You know, maybe that's something like now they do it like freezer style. They call it Applejack or whatever. I'm sure it's ancient, but I didn't even know about that.
Okay. Yeah, I just make it like prison. You know.
Yeah. I get you. At least it's not ketchup.
Yeah. No ketchup. Welch's, uh, wine yeast, and sugar.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty awesome, man. So
But you ever?
now, like I said, I went to your audio setting. You sound pretty good, but there's a range thing. When you back up beyond this point, when you're 3 feet back, you fall out of range. You know, your voice falls into the room.
Yeah. It's probably this fucking stand my phone's on.
Nah, and I know you got a new phone. Your picture has been better ever since, I'm sure, you know. I don't think you've been up on this channel, but thanks for coming, you know. Pop.
So I gotta get this channel going. You know. So
Your channel?
no,
Or my channel?
your channel. Yeah, I gotta get
Oh,
this.
okay. Yeah. Well,
So
then we need to bring out some coins or something, right?
or my dad.
Make it interesting.
You know, if you guys want a good laugh, I can whip that bad boy out. You know.
Oh, shit.
Hi. Hello, guy
I know.
into the hat. Hi.
Hey,
You
what
are
are you doing?
cool. I'm
What
sorry.
are you doing, babe?
Thank you.
Nah,
Sorry. Sorry, I just had to go. Stop. Stop.
it's cool, Noel. How you doing this evening?
Good. I am having a good day.
Yeah? You keeping up with your basketball training?
That's over with. Now I have to focus on track.
Did you get a basketball medal?
Yes, I did.
Dude, haven't we done this exact same thing before? Like,
Yeah, like 3 days ago.
okay, yeah,
That, that
dude,
was
that
like
sounds
3 days ago. We're
like
just
deja
falling back
vu.
right into it. Yeah.
I was about to say, dude,
It's like how they say, you know, how they say, like Bob Lazar says, like the propulsion is it keeps falling into dead space over and over and over again, and you know what I mean. So
yeah.
yeah, it was about 3 days ago. Yeah, it was just somewhere else. Good observation, man.
Dude, I was like, dude, did I take mushrooms tonight? I was like, I'm tripping right now. I was
You
like,
took them a week.
dude,
You took
it
them
was
a
like
week
the
from
craziest
now.
thing.
You took them a week from now, but they're just starting to kick in. You know.
I already feel
Right on, right on. See her background noise too. Whoops. Shit, I didn't mean to mute. I'm trying to get your background noise out too.
Yes, sorry.
No, it's okay. You know why it's set this way, Noel? Last
Yeah.
time we were speaking and you were doing your music, we could hear the background music if the thing was off. So I'm turning it back on now. But it sounded good then, you know? Jessica, don't hesitate to join us if you don't mind, or I don't know what
Yeah,
you're up to.
Jessica and Claire needs to join here. I need to get her.
I'll be right back.
Claire, what? Oh, you'll be right back. All right, see you in a second. Thanks for not taking us, dude. I've been outside on your porch. I mean, driveway when you were pissing. I'm glad you're not taking us. Thank you.
I'm gonna get her.
Well, that's what it's. Yeah, it seemed like you were busy, probably texting Claire. So that's cool. I'd love to see Claire. That'd be nice. I have stuff to mail to Claire, and I'll do that on Tuesday because the mail's not open on Monday. I didn't think about that. I wasn't there yet, man. I was wrapping up everything. I called my sister about that. Started to look at my daughter. Oh, she's got like a cold flu. She's not going to go to school tomorrow. Then I look at the calendar and I'm like, there is no school tomorrow, and there is no mail.
I gotta work tomorrow like a bitch.
You got to work on the President's Day.
Hey, so my boss works for the fucking prison system. He's the dentist, right, at the prison,
Okay. Right.
and so is his wife. She's the dentist at like the other like the female prison, right?
Right.
Well, so tomorrow's a federal holiday. So I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, you working tomorrow?" He's like, "No." And I was like,
But
"Okay."
you are.
And then I was like, "You want me to come in tomorrow?" He was like, "Yes." And I was like, "All righty."
That's fucked up. That's fucked up,
Yeah,
man.
they're fucking lazy, dude. Dude, they put that old man. So it's a mansion, right? This is like a 14,000 square foot fucking castle. Dude, they put him in his own part of the fucking house, and they just fucking forget about him. I guess that's the way Asians do it, dude. I don't know. I
No,
feel
it's
bad
like
for
it's a money. When you have a certain amount of money, that's how it goes. You have
dude.
a certain amount of money,
They're loaded.
motherfuckers. Like for real, like people like okay, um, people like Frank Zappa and Ozzy Osbourne. They never slept in the same room with their wives or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain amount of money where you put the fucking weird dude that makes the money in a cave somewhere. You know, and just give me the credit card number.
Yeah, but it goes different ways. I guess it's a cultural thing. Like for instance, like here in America, like let's say somebody passes away, you give the body to somebody else. They throw it 6 feet in the ground. You never got to deal with it, right? Where in Asia and like especially like India, like it's completely different than that.
What kind
Like
of?
yeah, it's a lot different.
Shortbread.
Got it. Hold on a second. They got to be in the fridge. Give me a second. My wife's looking for something. No, I know what you mean, and there's a thing, and it is different with cultures. No, 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 we'll get you some. It is different with cultures because some kind of cultures are more tribal. Like, let's say, sitting Shiva, it's not really that necessary now, but everybody, you have to find out who's still here for you, right? So you'll deal with the body, visit the body, stuff like that.
I don't know if I would call that tribal, but yeah, that's a good word for it.
It is tribal, though. It is
It's
in
pretty,
both cases. It really is.
it's pretty
I
tribal.
mean, you're tribal. You come from clans of people. Russell Crowe and probably you look a lot like yeah, probably all New Zealand, I think. Yeah.
Hey,
That's what I said. That's why the women up there they're so thin because they're running from goons like you all the time.
that'd be fire. Well, so at the end of May, did you hear I'm going to Thailand in May?
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
That
dude.
that sounds nice.
So check this, dude. I'm starting in Bangkok. I'm going to get a scooter.
No,
I'm going to
let's
scoot
not
all the way
talk
through
too
the
much
jungle.
though. No detail.
Do what now?
Don't get into big detail about this trip.
Well, so I can start in Bangkok, right? I'm going to get a scooter. I'm probably going to buy a scooter for like $500 instead of renting
Yeah.
one because renting one, you got to give me your passport and all kinds of. Then they're going to scan you for every scratch. So I'll probably go there and just buy a $500 scooter because I'm
Joe,
like the 2 weeks.
Joe,
Yes. Yes.
Claire went off on my boyfriend for no reason.
I can't
On
control
the,
that, Noel.
on the zoo.
Let him finish his story. Let him. I mean, that's good. Like, I'm glad to hear you out, but I can't control that. She can do what she wants. You
She's a
know, I did see there was a travel vlogger. He was in basically the same place like you're talking about, like Bangkok. And instead of renting, he got a street guy. He figures the street guy stole it from another rental vendor or whatever, but he gave him 200 instead of 150 rental.
Right. Yeah. So
And then
well,
there's
I'll
no
tell you,
liability. He doesn't have to
this is
return his big going.
it's like buy a legit one for $500. So plane tickets are like 2,000. That's like 500. So we're 2,500 deep, right? Plus 2 weeks of stay. Let's say like $50 a night, $100 or whatever, right? But so I'm gonna
Probably
stay there.
70 for
I
the
can stay in
probably
Bangkok.
70 for the room, right? Plus 70 for the room, but you're not going to get any amenities, man.
Well, no, dude, over there, dude, like fucking like 70, $80, bro. You get like a fucking badass crib for the night, like for
Well, I
real,
know
for
you
real.
get a nice room, but you have to think about, they might not provide you with the kind of coffee, snacks, soap, and shit that you
Oh
need, you
no,
know?
well, yeah. So you gotta think like 50, $100 a day in fucking food and like hanging out and beer.
I was
Right.
so pissed.
Uh, but anyways,
Hey,
long story short. So start in Bangkok
yeah,
and then fucking scoot down all the way down south through the jungle, all the way to the Koh Islands, and then hang out there for
okay,
like 3 or 4 nights, like on the beach of like the most beautiful beach on the planet. And then
right.
fucking scooter back up to Bangkok, and then fucking fly back. It's gonna be like a almost a 3 week thing.
Yeah, those expensive.
Man, when I worked in the airport, a lot of people that's how they live their lives. Every 3 months, they made a trip such as that, and
Dude,
pretty cool. Like,
dude, no joke. Dude, this one guy that I watch on YouTube, I don't want to say his name. He's a big YouTuber, but he's kind of like controversial. So what he does, like, if he has nowhere to
Golden
stay,
bankrupt, Golden
no,
bankrupt. Then?
no,
No.
this guy's a bum. He's a lolcow. So
Oh,
what he
okay. I
does,
thought you were talking about that because his controversy, whatever.
yeah. So what this guy does when he has nowhere to stay, he'll just fucking get on a cruise, right? Dude, you can get on like a fucking 10-day cruise for like $400, bro. Dude, that's only
Yeah.
$40 a fucking night. That's fucking cheap, bro.
So anytime I want, I can go to wherever they pamphlet, and it'll say free because it'll be free plus taxes. So, like
Oh
you're saying, for $400, $600, I can
yeah,
kill a week.
yeah,
And like I would.
yeah.
It's cheaper than a fucking minivan or whatever
It's
rental.
cheaper than fucking spending like $2,000 a month on a mortgage. You know.
Well, that's true too, but you keep your shit, I guess, if you do
Well,
that.
yeah, but
You
like,
have
so
it
the guy
saved,
that,
you
he's a
everything, right?
kid, right? So I was using that as an example, right?
Yeah,
Like I'm still
yeah.
gonna keep my, I'm just going on a little small vacation, but dude, it sounds like a lot, dude. But over a 3 week period, so the main part of it's gonna be the fucking plane ticket, dude, which is like $1,800 round trip.
Yeah.
That's like the main part of it. So.
Because that is plus taxes. Like I said, a cruise, they'll give you just pay the taxes. That's the
Right.
difference.
Well, then on a cruise, you also get like if you want alcohol, dude, that's just like $100 a day if you want the pass. If you want like a
Yeah,
drinking,
yeah, yeah.
drinking card or whatever, or package, dude, that shit's like $120 a day. You know,
Right, right.
so your $400 trip just turned into a fucking $1,000 trip on a cruise.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want,
Except
if
they
you want,
usually do give like a couple of wines and beers that they don't charge extra. And I
right,
can drink whatever.
right. But I mean, dude, like, there's really nothing to do on it. So yeah, you could probably walk around for like a few hours and see everything. But dude, after a fucking day one or two, dude, you're just gonna be drinking all day until you go home.
I don't want to be in a boat at all, dude. I'm sorry. I want to be able to see the shore that I came from
Just
so I can
like
swim back because I know how to
Yeah, I want to
swim
be able to
good.
go home. You're right. Like so, like even if you're fucking like Thailand or Taipei or wherever you're at, dude, you can get on a plane and get home in like 10 hours,
can you
15,
shut
20 hours.
up?
You know.
Oh yeah, it is totally, yeah, Carl. It's totally her turn. We need to shut up, okay? She's
Oh,
probably texting, and don't we don't want to mess it up. What's up, Demuff Diving Man? He's back in the house with his new suit.
Excuse me, Joe. I'm so
Yes.
pissed off. I'm so pissed off on
Well,
my
listen, Noel. I wouldn't even know why would Claire have contact with your boyfriend. You put him in contact, right?
So he was at my house on Valentine's Day, and me and Claire was zooming, and she said he needs to get his life back together. I will shoot him if, if he attacks me. Fuck that. So pissed off. I'm sorry.
Well, first of all, let's take this as it is. Somebody's upset, and the things that they're saying are not exactly literally their intentions. maybe I start with, "Hey, I'm gonna hit you," and I end with, "I'm gonna hug you." But don't take it as literal. First of all, it sounds like flaring up emotions. All right, so give it time is always a good strategy.
Why
We
is her
do.
say that? Excuse
Well, I can't speak for why she says it. I'm just trying to explain that when she's upset, maybe she's saying something she wouldn't. And let's see if we can hear your music. Like I said with your mic, let's see. No more music? You shut it off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was testing it. Can you turn it back on for 1 second? I'm testing it. Please. I want to test your sound test. I'm glad you're having fun, Matt. I mean, Carl.
what? What?
I said I meant Carl. I didn't mean Matt.
What? Uh, I'm trying. I'm trying over here, dude. Trying
I'm
to think.
doing fine, man. I'm doing fine. It's this is a 2 day in a row no drinking. It's about 7 days stacked if I complete it. You know what I mean? Which is kind of crazy. Not 7 days in a row, but 7 days in the recent.
Damn, dude. Dude, I only like smoke and drink like once a week now. That's why like
That's cool.
I disappear for like a week or two at a time. Fucking
Hmm.
don't do it, dude. But here's a weird thing. It's like I do other shit like mushrooms or some fucking, some nose candy or whatever. But I do that shit like once every like 2 or 3 weeks, right? Like a month, right? So what's worse, sitting there fucking smoking pot, drinking all fucking day, or fucking partying once a month? Granted, my
Oh, you
party
sound
is
like an
heavier than other
Archimedes.
people's, but they do it every day, all fucking day, and act like it's not a big deal because it's just pot or just alcohol.
Yeah, it sounds like that would be much more taxing than blowing it out every once in a while.
Yeah, that's why I had to quit, dude, because like it was like tired of fucking waking up fucking hungover. Dude, even smoking pot, bro, like just getting blazed and then go to bed, dude. You wake up fucking hungover if you gotta wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work. You're all still fucking stoned and shit, dude. It's like fuck this.
Extra heavy blanket you can't really lift. It's still there. The indica, I guess. Oh shit. See you soon.
Bye, bitch.
Don't be like this. It's
Later,
in the heat of the
bitch.
moment.
Nah, bro, that's my girl, dude. I've been trying to hook up with her for a while.
I know. And now that her mother and boyfriend are fighting, you got a chance. So
You know,
just
she, I mean, she just never took my sexual advances.
she didn't like it. Yeah, I know.
I thought they were good enough. Being like, "What's up,
I
bitch?"
don't I don't actually know how old she is, but I assume she's fairly young.
I don't know.
I don't relate to young people.
You know, you seem fine.
No, I mean, like, it's just something like, I don't know about you, but it's hard to communicate with people that haven't been through the kind of previous incarnation of the world.
Damn. Yeah, man. If they don't know what the '90s was like, they don't know how the world works.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. I didn't say that.
Dude, the
But
'90s
you
was
got to
tough,
remember,
man.
when you're reading in the 70s and the 80s, you're reading 60 years back worth of knowledge. So I'm talking about something else.
Yeah.
What's in the canon or the academia. Because what's in the academia now, it's different. And does it lead to money as fast as, kind of tutorials, courses, and certs? No, it doesn't. So practicality comes into it as well. So I don't blame anybody. I'm just saying they're different, and we have different value systems.
Well, using that example, like just get on that example real quick, it's a fact that if you start a trade out of high school, you're going to retire with a lot more money than a doctor will. By the time they fucking get out of grad school after 8 years, you've already been making like 50 to 100 grand for 8 years. Then they got to go through
Yeah,
a residency making 10, 12 bucks an hour for like 2, 3 years. Then they got to
Yeah,
pay back like 200 grand worth of fucking student loans over the next like 10 fucking years. So they're not making money till they're like fucking 40, bro. Like a doctor. Like they don't make shit till they're like 40.
yeah.
But by that
On
time,
my way out of high school, on my way
yeah,
out of high school, I figured out pretty much the same thing, and
yeah,
so I went to Refrigeration Service Engineer Society course, and I did the refrigeration part, but I
yeah,
didn't go into the next three courses of heating, ventilation, and the overall. So I never went that far, but I thought like what you're saying, the exact same thing. It's just I just went on and did auditory college where I was majoring in a couple of things, and then I just moved, and like things were way different. So I just kind of let that fizzle out and just went to work doing bricks and blocks and driving trucks and forklifts and shit. There's always work,
yeah. Dude,
warehousing.
I went to a real college, dude. But dude, when I got out of college, dude, like they all wanted like fucking 2, 5, 7 years experience, and I just couldn't get a job. What I went to college for, complete waste of fucking time, bro. When I could have been making fucking 50, 60 grand the entire time a year.
Right, right, right.
Dude, like I said, dude, by the time like somebody who went to law school or fucking law, med
Yeah.
school, by the time they're making money, bro, somebody who's been going to like a trade, who has a trade out of high school, bro, they've already hopefully, would have made, several millions of dollars.
And all these sort of decades that you're talking about where they're not making money, they also have to have the sort of, not every person is able to do those 80-hour shifts and those long hauls and doing the studying and the residency, you
Yeah,
know. So
that's
if you
another.
make it through all that, your reward is still
Yeah.
22 years down the line, bro.
Hmm.
Pretty rough. Pretty rough.
So,
Who's Mingo Hell? Who's Mingo Hell? Oh, you're gone? Shit. You can come back up. I just don't know. Mingo Hell.
fuck that is.
I don't know. Not important enough yet. So you feel like you're gonna get some shrooms by the end of the week? I'm definitely getting them within 2.
Oh no, I'm getting him like tomorrow, but I'm not going to take him till Friday. I got to work all week, man.
Mingo Hell.
What's up?
Not much. Is that Iggy Pop?
Yeah, that's Iggy Pop.
For real? Or is it Stiv Bators? I can't see. I'm gonna put you in solo for a second.
Oh, that's Prince.
Oh, okay, okay. He looks like could be any of them. Yeah, that's cool, man. I like the controversy. That was a good one. So what have you been up to, Grady?
Not much. Just watching. Just dropped a couple of gummies,
Yeah. Okay,
so I'm kind of just waiting for them to kick in.
that's
Listening to
right. Hold
you
on,
and
hold on.
Mob chat about the ocean.
We could chat about the ocean, sure. I mean, when you get to the island, what are you gonna do then? Ditch the bike? You can't ride to the islands, right? Because they're surrounded by water. I'm trying to engage the ocean speak. Yo, Carl, when you reach the bottom tip of Thailand's member and you go to
Yeah.
the islands, you can't exactly drive the bike across the water, right? So how do you do
No,
that part?
yeah, I'm sure there's a ferry. I'm sure there's a ferry or
Uh,
something.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, there's got to be
So
a
there you
ferry.
go, Grady. That's how you do it. That's how you cross.
Lay down a bunch of fat girls.
Who, me? I wish.
Are you from Minnesota? Is that why you
Minnesota.
got Prince?
Dude, Matty J's on gut rods, bro. Fuck.
Well, you
Uh,
can go there.
Dude, he's gonna say the hard R. And we're gonna miss it, man.
You can go there. I mean, I don't need to hear more of them. I got them.
Shit, we're missing out,
I'm
dude.
covered.
No hard.
But yeah, you can go, man. I mean, I knew he was streaming. I just said I was coming up in an hour and 20, and I did. So
Yeah. But yeah, dude. So end of May, I think it's like May 21st through like May, June, February, March, April, May. So like June 3rd is when I got my plan to go to fucking Thailand. And it's for the food and the culture, not the lady boys. All right, get your head out of the
right,
gutter.
well, I
Even
told you we
though,
weren't going to talk about details, but
well, even though the most beautiful girls in the world have a dick, uh, I'm not going there for that. All right, get your head out of the gutter.
right, right.
Were we talking about Thailand?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think Thailand looks pretty nice. I watch some streamers over there compared to the Philippines.
Philippines is a shithole.
Yeah.
The people are amazing. The food's cool and shit, I guess. But yeah, it's like it's a shithole. I was thinking Japan, but Japan's too expensive, like way too expensive. I think.
Oh,
South.
it's cheaper than the U.S.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
the U.S. dollar converts there pretty good.
but compared to Thailand, Japan's
Oh
pretty.
yeah, you get
Uh,
like an all-you-can-eat buffet for like 65 cents over, and it's like
yeah,
looks good. Like I don't know if it is good, but it looks good. It doesn't look nasty.
Yeah. Well,
I was going
if
to I
you
was going to steer all the way through from Bangkok all the way down south to the Graffiti Islands. But so I was thinking Vietnam, right? But all those old Soviet countries, they all require visas. So Vietnam requires it. Because I was thinking about just like maybe getting on a fucking boat and going down the Mekong Delta, but they require a visa, and I'm not doing all that to go on vacation.
yeah,
Where Thailand, like they're one of the only Asian countries that don't require a visa, and Japan,
You
again, they're too expensive.
just have to
yeah, I
get
would never
past
go to
that.
Japan.
You got to get past that Gary Glitter stigma. Anytime you travel to any place Gary Glitter used to hang out at, you get people thinking about you in a
Just
weird way.
it's just there's there's a sort of expat that and those guys that do those things, and they just exist. They're not dead off yet, but they kind of probably will be, because I know they're not like revered. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll probably die off eventually.
Yeah, I had this boss. He was very wealthy, but he happened to be gay. He was
Wait,
married
hold
to
on. Are we talking about like liking lady boys and being gay being the same thing, or
No,
well,
he's
no,
not talking about that.
lady boys would
He's
be for
not into
straight
that. He's
guys. I
not
would
into that
imagine
conversation.
they don't like
He wouldn't
gay.
mention this so early in the conversation if it was that conversation. He's gay. He had to work really
No, I'm
hard
just
to get
saying
his
he
money, and
happens
he
to be
did.
gay. It's not. I'm not saying but he would go to Thailand like twice a year.
Yeah,
And like
and come back
everybody
to
would
Japan.
think like something weird's going on. Like, why is this guy going to Thailand twice every? He has no connection there.
something weird in Thailand?
Because the plate of food is $2.50, and he comes back with a tan.
Something weird going on with this guy.
Well, I mean, you could go to Mexico. There's very nice places in Mexico. Get the same thing. You don't have to go to Thailand.
So I thought about that.
Mexico is probably the only country I would go to right now.
Yeah, so I thought about that. So Mexico is cool and all, but okay, so everywhere in South America is kind of a shithole, right? Africa, shithole. Middle East, shithole. Eastern Europe, it requires all those Soviet countries, they all require a visa. Western Europe, too expensive and too yuppie, and I hate the French, right? Then there's Asia, but then half that shit requires a visa. There's only like one country that's left behind, and it's fucking Thailand.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to go to Thailand. I'm not knocking it.
Yeah, man, it's 24/7, no matter what, and like that's something
I don't know
that's
if I would
we
travel there
will.
twice a year.
I live
That's a
in
long
Houston.
trip.
I can go to Mexico in like 5 hours. I've been to Mexico. It's cool. It's really cool, but kind of sucks. Kind of sucks, especially like
Yeah,
Africa.
I've been to Mexico Tijuana in like 89, 99, or 88 and 89. So it's been forever.
Yeah, but Tijuana is a shithole, but they've got nice places in Mexico. It's got the most billionaires per capita of any country in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have extremely rich or extremely poor. So, like, no, it's not Mexico, but what's that place in South America there that a lot of wealthier people are moving to? I forget what it's called.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, yeah. You
Yeah.
know, it's supposedly Costa Rica is super fucking nice. I've never been there, but everybody I know that went there wants to move there. You know.
I just met a guy. Not like I knew him for like a month or two, and he moved to Costa Rica after knowing him.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
I have some familial tie to like Brazil. So if I was ever to do anything like that, I would go there first because I know people that in the '90s I spent like 5 or 6 years with that are tied to that. You know.
Mhm.
Brazil looks really cool. But yeah, I
Yeah.
hear that. Like, I would like to go to Brazil just because I want to go to the slums. You know, that's where I think it looks the coolest. You know, like they have all those like houses and shit all built up around on the hills and shit.
In the favelas.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know the Christ the Redeemer, the big statue of Jesus in
Yeah.
Rio de Janeiro. Look at an actual picture of Jesus, like of the statue. Dude, they fucked that statue up, bro. Like, look at a picture of his face, dude. He's got a fucking chin that comes down to right here, and it's like a big blocky. Like, it looks bad. It looks like a fucking tranny. Dude, they
Is it?
fucked
What
that.
are you saying? It's rebuilt and messed up, or it's always been that way, but you never see it properly
I'm
because
sure it's
it's
always been that way. Like, I don't know if
so
they've
they're
ever
50
rebuilt it,
meters wide, so you
probably
never
his
see it.
beard.
but yeah, no,
It's probably his beard. You know, it's lost all the definition or something.
like it looks good when they're flying around drones and airplanes and taking pictures of it, but like up close and personal, that is one ugly bitch, bro.
Yeah, somebody
Well,
almost convinced me the Aztec pyramids were like built by like philanthropists in the 1800s, and they had like photographs of them, very old
like working
photographs.
on it,
Yeah, like prior to them
like
built
putting
doing it,
some
you know.
mortar under one and being like, "Hey, we're making a nice square jump here," you know.
I mean, they were at one time. They appeared just to be mounds, you know. And I think I was trying to explain to the guy. I think archaeologists went in there and like carved all that out. It was there, you know, but it was like had dirt on it from like just years of it, you know. But they were saying no, they actually built that, you know, and it was like as a theme park, and they just basically conned everybody into thinking it was always. This guy's got some really crazy theories. He thinks all the Native Americans were brought here from the 1400s through various European
Oh, okay,
ships
yeah,
and then just dumped here. And then they themselves don't even know where they came from. So when they came up on the Pilgrims, they were just like, we're the native people or whatever. But he thinks they're actually from they're Mongolian slaves that were dumped here over hundreds of years or something.
for sure, yeah, yeah. He sounds like he still has a GeoCities site, and there's like paragraphs that are chopped up in different colors that are like, you know, you gotta
Yeah,
like click
like
through
Minnie Manson's brother.
them. Oh, Minnie Manson's brother does work like that?
Oh, you've never seen his page?
No, not at
You
all.
don't know about Minnie's brother? He's actually more well known as a law cow than Minnie is.
Oh no, I don't know about him now.
Yeah, he basically did some kind of Jim Jones style uh, thing for the church in one of these third world countries. I don't know. Supposedly, according to Minnie, he got accused of child molestation or something, and he fled the country, and he doesn't know where he's at now. But there's all kinds of news articles about this guy, and he's got a website. I forget what it's called, but it's just crazy. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I just grew up like my father was being part of his deal, being an electrical engineer in DoD in fucking surveillance and whatnot is that he was an expert on the phone. So I've been in communications forever. He had video games at the end of the '70s, all that shit, just because it was his work, his lifestyle. So you always run into this, you know. So I mean, in the 1984, I probably would have sent somebody a stamp for the same thing printed out on 3 sheets of folded paper and shit. It's like nothing new, man. It's like when I don't know, I hear these culture wars all the time, and I'm like, aren't they like eternal? So I can't even understand picking a side. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, the culture war only pertains to the federal government, really. I mean, I don't think they should be involved. So I feel like the states or the local area should have whatever culture those people want there. So, like, I'm
I
not
mean,
even against like
it looks like
a
it looks like it's
Muslim.
already like that, right? it looks like, there's basically an idea that you can use the highway system to go to a place that you prefer, and if you don't like it, you can move on. There are different flavors.
Oh,
Oh, what happened, Paul?
I wasn't implying that he was going to Thailand for any other reason.
No, I know that. I know that. No. He was
I
saying
even said
he,
I
he
wanted to
was
go to
just saying
Thailand.
he just made that statement. He said, "I just want to say it's not for the lady boys," but no, you did not offend the
It
man.
might
He
be. I
probably
mean,
went over there because he wants to live.
honestly, they got the. I mean, they fool me the most. I think the Thai ones. Look, I always see these Thai lady boys, and I'm like, wow, that looks like a real woman. Like.
Right. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah.
And they don't have all those
Um.
like filters like they do over here. They can't. They can't afford
Oh,
it.
right. I thought. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about that. I mean, there are like he was talking about how like the Philippines, great people and stuff. So I know the ones that I run into here on live streaming and stuff, and yeah, they are. And then we was talking about the condition. That's what they're not happy with. They're not happy with the pollution and the things that are there.
I think
So
at
I don't
one
know.
time, like in the early 2000s, the Philippines was not that bad. But recently I've seen streamers go over there, and they've even
Yeah,
been in the nice places. And it's fucking horrible conditions. It looks like shit running through the streets. Kids playing in
yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know much about it. I do know, that it seems like the people that I'm more acquainted with, they're not real happy with the type of conditions that they're around. And it had a sort of presentation in its time, through the '80s of being, regal and grand, but kind of just like when you were talking about the rich and poor, that huge divide in Mexico or any other place. It's because those hordes of poor feed up to a certain point, right? It's all a pyramid scheme. There's a downline, right?
Mm-hmm.
They funnel everything up to a point, to a pyramid. And if you won't come for our cotton candy, we'll scrub out those flyers and we'll make new ones about how this has been here for 2,000 more years. And so you won't come to our fucking, square pyramid parks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for a rebrand. Let's call those people that came up with the chalupa.
This is a very rare Joe StreamYard, so
No drink.
let's get a lot of people up in here.
No drinks is the most rare you'll ever see. I don't stream without drinking.
I
And I don't
did.
drink on off stream.
I dropped some gummies right before I came on. They're
I
not really
know. There's
hitting
another
yet.
rarity. That's cool. I got, everything, so I'm good. I got amanita mushrooms, but I'm not taking them. I'm waiting about 2 weeks, and I'm gonna go get some mushrooms. Carl, who was just up, he's gonna do it in probably like 4 or 5 days. He's ready.
I'd like to do some mushrooms or something. I just don't have any plug.
Yeah, mine is straight up. It's a delivery service that delivers in DC, but instead I meet them. So it's a meetup I do. Been doing
Mm.
it for like at least since the weed's been legal, so like 3 years plus or whatever. That's what I've been doing. It's so cool and easy. And I get a receipt and a phone number, and if they short me, I get in on the next trip. And then he gives me samples, and he's kind of a mushroom Sherpa for microdosing, and I'm like, I'm not interested in microdosing, man. I hate because I did a lot of LSD in high school, and I hate being underdosed where you're not over the edge. Whew, I hate that. It's the most uncomfortable feeling in the world. I
Yeah,
want to macrodose.
I want a new drug like Huey Lewis in the news.
That's right. One that don't make you sick.
Yes.
Well, you're going to be the Patrick Bateman of the equation. I couldn't watch that movie, but I did read the book and listen to this guy's little soundtrack that he made, inspired by the book. That was the best. What's up, Jessica?
American Psycho.
Yeah, all that.
Oh,
Yeah, but I
I
love
like
Part Two.
I like that movie.
I couldn't even watch it. Too much. I don't know something, man. It's hard, man. She's a woman
Oh, I
director
think
too. I
it.
like try to support women directors as much as I can because it's a rarity, but didn't work for me.
I think it's hilarious. I laugh through that movie so hard. It's like a black comedy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I think if you try to take it as a horror film, it doesn't come off correctly because it's really a comedy. I think, and I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah,
it's
and
really
the
like
type of
based on the book. Exactly the way he meant it
no,
to
but
be.
and
But
the type the period in time and the lifestyle that they were sending up, correct? Like I love that, but I liked it in Gremlins too. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I've been satisfied with like Clamp and his sort of similar movement because that thing was perfect because there's a whole cable access channel in a fully functioning smart hotel. There were so many fucking layers to that
I just love he
yuppieism.
would go on like these long tangents defending Phil Collins as a musician.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Over what? Over Peter Gabriel or what was going on there?
No, I think they were. I think the discussion centered around his pop music, but he was like going off about how he's actually a genius or something lyrically and musically or
Okay.
something. And
Yeah. I don't know. I've always loved Phil Collins pop music. I don't care, but I was only wondering. I was like, what conflict did he have? And the only thing I could think was Genesis.
I never liked Phil Collins pop music. I mean, in the Air Tonight, of course, is a classic. It's not like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
dislike that song, but like Studio and all that fucking bullshit. Like I always used to think to myself, why is this popular? Why is this guy
Yeah. Yeah.
popular
Well,
too? Because
that was a
he didn't look anything
Susudio.
like
That's a bad kind
anybody
of
that
music. Terrible music, man. Terrible music. I mean, come on, man. There was not much to pick from right then.
I'm
It's
sure
like
his
I
stuff
started
in
wondering. I was,
Genesis is good, but I have not really listened to Genesis that much to.
yeah, yeah.
But I
I
do
got
like prog
some.
rock big time, so I probably would like Genesis. I just haven't.
Yeah, just get like. Have you ever heard Abacab or whatever? Just listen to that. That's a Peter Gabriel one. I have some favorites of Phil Collins, like for real, like, but they're UK singles with the B sides. They're probably just one offs. I like to have them because I DJ'd and I wanted, have that stuff that's off available at hand, whether I
Yeah,
do that
I
again or
grew up
not.
in an era where it's like Prince and Michael Jackson, Madonna, and then there's Phil Collins, like going toe to toe, and he looks like a guy that just, like a normal guy off the fucking street and an older
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
too. He doesn't even look young. He's like got a
yeah.
receding hairline and
He looks like a
kind of
pub
dorky.
dweller. Yeah, he looks like a pub dweller, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
I get it. I get it. You're talking about full production, flash, dancing people, background people. His
I just
shit,
didn't
like you said when
understand
you
the
mentioned
skill.
studio, they got like maracas and marimbas and shit, but it doesn't add to the cool factor at all. It's not cool. And you're
I mean,
talking about high production, slick stuff.
Studio is not a good song at all. Like I couldn't even imagine coming up with that song and even convincing
Yeah, but
a
like
label to put it on the fucking album, let alone releasing
make it
it and
the
it being a
major
huge
single.
fucking hit. Like
That's funny. Yeah, remember the MTV No One Over 30 rule, right? And they broke it for people, and they chose to do it for him. And it's like okay, they broke it for say
well, that wasn't a
somebody
rule
who's
back then.
fantastic. What?
That wasn't a rule back then. There were plenty of old musicians when I was growing up. We had the Grateful Dead
But
had a
I'm saying
video
like
out
no,
that
it was a
went
rule. They
viral
wouldn't.
like back in the day, and Tina Turner, Aerosmith come
Yeah,
back. I mean, they were
that's
old as
what I was
fuck.
trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. I was like people who are fantastic, like Tina Turner, people who are regarded as genius, or whatever Rolling Stone might say. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, David Bowie or whatever, those people, they all got a pass on that. But no, it was a rule. They wouldn't generally interview those people. They definitely weren't playing the spring break stages.
I don't know, man. It seemed like there was no like age limit back in the day for
Well, when they
MTV
first
or
started, they took any videos that existed. You know what I'm saying? Like that was number one.
I mean, I wouldn't see. I
But
mean, they were focused on new music, like you wouldn't see a lot of old videos. But no, you would on. There used to be a show called Night Tracks on TNT. Like instead of
yeah, I
TNT
watched all the
signing
sort of
off,
Friday night movie program. I mean, music programs. And they played that ancient shit. Like you might see UFO because that's one of the few concert films or whatever they could get a hold of.
Well, a lot of people don't realize the Doors because I know Jim and maybe Ray had both been filmmakers or went to school to be
Mhm.
filmmakers. They did videos for all kinds of their songs that a lot of people haven't seen. They don't
Yeah,
play them
yeah. The
on.
one with the gunning down the soldier part's pretty good. I saw that one.
Oh yeah, the Unknown
It was like,
Soldier. They did one for
yeah, it's like 8-minute film, right? Yeah, it's good.
Let It Roll, Baby Roll. What's that song?
Uh,
Roadhouse
keep
Blues.
your eyes on the road and your Roadhouse Blues.
And they were into like filming their concerts. They have like shot on film full concerts. That I think
Yeah.
actually Harrison Ford was the cinematographer on the Hollywood Bowl one.
Oh yeah, that's one that's been released many years in like double sets and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the HD.
Where's the bass player behind the curtain for real? Because he's never on the stage.
Dude, I've never even heard of this theory that they had a bass player.
Listen to the Hollywood Bowl. There's a bass line coming out of a bass guitar, and there's bass
But
guitar on all
to
their
me, it
albums.
sounds like it's coming off of Ray Manzarek's.
Nah, nah. There's very few. There's very few sections in their albums that don't have bass guitar. There are, but as far as that show, there's a bass guitarist the entire time. You have to hear.
I've always like I'm not a bass player, but I've always been under the impression that there's some kind you can do that on a keyboard.
Well, he had a bass organ. That's that small
Yeah,
part, but it only
it's
goes.
like playing two hands.
Listen, it only goes. Well, because he had that small part. That's a bass organ, electric organ. It doesn't go prunk prunk prunk,
Yeah,
but you can hear that shit if you listen.
the five
I
to
mean,
one
some
is
of
that
those
a
songs.
bass?
You
Is that a
mentioned
bass?
Roadhouse Blues. Roadhouse Blues starts with that dun 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 dun. Dun. That's the guitar, but then the boom 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 boom.
What
That
about 5 to 1?
boom boom
Is
boom
that
boom. You think that's a keyboard that boom 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 boom, and then the horns go. No, that's a guitar, man. 5 to 1. Boom 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 boom. That keyboard would have went. It can't make the boom. Yo, man, he's everywhere, whoever he is or she.
Yeah, I've read like a lot of stuff about the Doors, but and it might have said something about that. I just don't remember, but I don't remember
No, they don't
anything.
talk about it. Like I read, No One Here Gets Out Alive. I read those couple of books. What's the one? The drummer wrote one, and Ray Manzarek, I suppose, wrote the other one, right?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, I read those. They never talk about a bass player. There's no mention. I was just wondering because Hollywood Bowl is covered from angles. I don't think you ever see him on stage. He's literally got to be behind a curtain. He's not a tape track because they wander all over the place in timing. They
Yeah.
really wander all over the place in time. I thought it was kind of a bad show, but I guess they had good coverage on it. But maybe their other shows
Now,
were so much fucking worse.
I went to see the Misfits, and they had a guy that was hidden.
And they have a backing track. Yeah, they have a guy, and even that guy who was I want to say AC Slater all the time, but that guy, AJ Slater, I don't know his name.
He's
I
in
want
a
to say
band. I
AC
forget
Slater.
the band name.
Well,
So it's
anyways,
a
he
well-known
when he
band.
was playing with them, he wasn't hidden, but he was really cornered off. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean I went and saw them like their first tour. I didn't see their first show back at a festival, but I saw their first headlining
Tour.
tour date in Las
Yeah.
Vegas, and I had heard the guy was going to be there, playing, but I didn't see him anywhere. I was looking around.
Yeah, he's literally a side stage guy. Yeah. No, they have that shit. And the Misfits, with being helmed by Jerry Only and whatnot, they always had a tape too in the background with weird shit on it. Weird shit. Things like landing planes, and then whoas that were from the speaker. Like nobody was vocalizing them. Just
Yeah,
weird fucking thing.
the first time I saw Beck, actually the first
Yeah.
couple of times, he had some kind. It was like farm noises, like cows mooing and sheep baaing, and
Yeah.
chickens clucking and shit, and like he'd play over the top of it, and then like between songs you would just hear all these fucking like farm noises and shit.
Yeah. I saw him twice, but that was during the period he was trying to do that whole. He was doing that tribute to the harmonica guy, so he just did straight band, and then in the middle he would do that for 20 minutes. And I saw him twice, but it was the same show, like the same setup. There wasn't any farm noises. There wasn't anything avant at all.
And early on, he had
And it
so
was
many
even funnier because
unreleased.
the first time the Cardigans opened for them, I saw that band, and you might have heard 1, 2, 3 of their songs. They're all the same song, so
Yeah,
that was really kind of.
that sounds like around the Odelay era. But this is
It was
before that.
it was pre Odelay, yeah, but it was at what had just been released. Probably One Foot in a Grave had just been released, and Stereo Pathetic Soul Menorahs, which they're like compilation and
Well, that came out when
other
Mellow
labels.
Gold, the first album, came out.
Yeah, but it was after, but yeah, slightly after, but
Yes,
yeah,
after the first time I saw him was right after Loser came out, and it
yeah,
was a pretty
yeah,
small show, and he played like 4 fucking hours, and he did that acoustic set in the middle with the banjo and all that fucking shit, but dude, it
yeah.
went on like an hour plus of just the acoustic banjo shit, and he had so much music that was unreleased at the time.
Yeah. Some of
And
his best music, if you ask me. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of it's been released since then, but I was hearing it for the first time live, and I think he stopped doing
Yeah.
that because people were recording it and putting it on the net. I think the very first time I saw him, the net wasn't really a thing yet. It was out, I think,
Yeah.
but nobody was really on it yet.
Yeah, you couldn't do it. Like if you did stream something, it would be a tiny little, real time thing, and it just wouldn't really play, and so it was useless to rob them. Some people had their shit together because they had servers, but very few.
Yeah, last time I saw him, I went and saw him at the Red Rocks, and it
Yeah,
was maybe like in 2017. It was the most corporate fucking bullshit show, and I had seen him on that same tour, maybe like a year earlier, because he was on a tour for like a long ass time, and it was the exact same set he was doing a year prior, to a
yeah,
T.
that
Like he didn't
sucks.
change anything, and
Yeah, that sucks, man. Yeah, I saw him well after you saw him the first time, but it sucks that, I mean, and I did see the same set twice. It didn't seem bad or contrived, but it wasn't like an overly corporate annoying show either. So it was kind of fresh both times. But like I said, nothing avant, nothing was unrehearsed. Everything was perfect.
yeah, I hate those shows when they do that. I wish more bands would have a different set list or mix it up a little bit. Maybe throw a song, one song you're only going to sing that night, special for that audience or whatever,
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
for
don't.
sure, for
They
sure.
seem like they have to get in this like they practice it for like 6 weeks and they go out and they do the same exact show every fucking night, so they don't have to think about anything.
No, no. But even like doing different turns of phrase and things that you've jammed on, they're just as easy as playing an entirely sort of planned show. Because that's the thing. I don't worry about learning shit. I worry about getting in the studio because then you lay it down and learn from it, right? Because you try to paint this picture in the studio with all your different plugins, right? And then I'll learn that song later. And because
Yeah.
by the time you have to play it like you're saying for 2 weeks in a row, um, you know it by then. You know what I mean? So you can kind of, don't be like they're not doing it just because it's safe. They're doing it because they're lazy, because there's plenty of safe they could still do. You start to learn each other's palettes and rhythms. Like I can play just with the drummer and the bass, you know what I mean? And maybe I don't know where he's going, but it's like it's the tom, so I know what to hit to match the tom, that tom or that tom. I just get the feeling, and it's much more fun that way for everybody, and especially your bandmates. That'll save your marriage, man. You know what I mean? Like spicing it up will save your marriage or whatever.
Yeah, I just feel like if you're a live band, you should try to do something different. Like you would want people to come to multiple shows, But I guess they just figure the average person's only going to go to one show, so who cares?
Yeah. Justin Hawkins, I guess he's from the darkness. He does a YouTube channel, and he was talking about that recently because some kind of artists, maybe including, if I'm not wrong, maybe including Joan Jett, came out and talked about how they don't want to see the same people come back, and they stand in the same spots, and they're pissed off about it. And it comes down to the idea of like, what kind is that? Some kind of overprivileged like problem, you know what I mean? That they have. It's like, what the hell, and don't shit on your fans. Like that's the other thing, right? Don't shit on your fans. What's up, Minnie?
Hey,
Don't
Minnie,
shit on your
why
fans.
don't
They're gonna
you,
shit on you soon enough.
Minnie, why don't you get up in here with us?
I know
Mix it up.
Minnie's planning on coming up tomorrow. That's our scheduled thing. This is my off thing, but hey, you can do it. You can do it, Minnie. Come on up.
Minnie can talk anytime he wants to.
He says VEGAN, vegan.
Vegas.
Who is this guy?
Oh, that's Prince.
Yeah, my name's
No, that's
Mingo Hellhammer.
Mingo Hellhammer. Tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we have a scheduled thing. That's the way we're going to do it. 10:10 Chicago time. 10:10 Chicago. Oh, Noel, why you leave again? Oh, man.
Yeah, I wonder why she wants to know who I am. Like, it seemed kind of like she was trying to get over the authorities or something.
You know what? She likes being on live stream. So instead of asking in chat, she said, I'll just come up and ask, and then I'll fucking leave as soon as I get whatever info I want, So, I mean, and she didn't have any problem hanging out with you before,
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what that means, Minnie. You're just intimidating now, How
Well,
you doing, Anthony?
He thinks he can't come up 2 days in a row, like it's going to ruin something. But we're not going to, from my understanding, tomorrow is supposed to be like a Vegas only thing.
No pressure. He's coming on as talent, man. I need to let him recuperate. He might have makeup to do.
I always got pressure, Minnie.
I know. Well, that's they're cute monsters. I know. I know you do, but that's your dynamic, man. You got a channel. You can bring up Minnie. You can make more dungeons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I remember you saying that's my baby, and that's what I'm focused on, and I'll be back to it. And I remember saying never again, and I remember you saying maybe some, and so now you say yeah. But how about cassettes, mini cassettes?
Yeah, I'm down to do whatever with Minnie.
That's cool. Don't recommend pressuring the talent. There you go. See, yeah, I got it. Don't get mad.
All you got to do is look at the string of talent. They got a little uppity, and now they're nothing.
That's not what I do. No, I'll encourage him to do his thing, and you.
Yeah, that's cool. I just want to hang out with Minnie right now. That's the only reason why. Not anything bad.
Well, I guess it's not going to happen right now, but that's okay. He's coming up tomorrow. We can make tapes. We'll definitely make tapes. What do you think, Grady? We should make tapes. They don't have to listen to them. It's just a souvenir, I know they don't have players, but it's just a souvenir.
I was telling Minnie he should make tapes for a couple of years. Even like
singles that are folded over. You know what I'm saying?
No, I told him like he does these videos. Just if he doesn't want to do anything else, just take the audio from the videos and make a mixtape and sell it. People will probably buy it. Make a cover for it. Go down and get a Xeroxed off, or you can get them professionally made, which would be a lot cooler.
Man. You know what I haven't been able to do because I haven't had a laptop is even like, say, take some audio file from my SoundCloud or something and just put it in a YouTube video. I haven't been able to do something like that. I need to.
Yeah, I mean, you'll make like 500 copies or something. Then we'll get like at the most, we'll get a cease and desist or whatever. It's not a big deal if we end up getting sued over the music or whatever. But I don't really care.
The whole idea of limited edition, like course, these T-shirt companies, they're getting away with murder and stuff because they just, they get a cease and desist and they're like, okay, no problem, we sold them yesterday.
Oh, many thought I was Mingo Hellhammer.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that was Grady? Oh, that's awesome.
He
It's
thought I was
Prince.
Mingo Hellhammer, trying to get him to come on.
Well, Grady, you're not gonna pressure him on either. Come on, Grady, you're pressuring us all. You're not gonna pressure him on it. He's coming up tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
Right on, right on. You too, you too. Mingo. Have you ever heard Gallhammer?
No.
They're Japanese females that cover Hellhammer.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good because Hellhammer was like an influential Left Behind sort of outfit. Well, this is after everybody sort of was aware of that. But Gallhammer is this Japanese female outfit that plays Hellhammer music. It's really good. It's some cases better, because they have better equipment and stuff.
Yeah, when I had a label, I had a Japanese distributor who I'm pretty sure was just a guy. He was getting my stuff into a few Japanese record stores, and
Right.
there's a huge tariff on music from America there.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of times you'll hear a band will put a album out in Japan that has like a few extra tracks on it.
Yeah. Always, yeah, for sure. The one you want with the Obi strip and whatnot,
Yeah, because it costs so much fucking money to get the Japanese version that most people won't buy it. They'll still buy the American version, even with the. There's something going on in Japan where records cost like a shitload of fucking money, so people
Yeah.
will just import it all from America. So they put these huge tariffs on the records. So
Right.
everything I was doing with this distributor was totally illegal under
Well,
the
sure, yeah.
table,
Yeah, man.
But yeah, he was like some kind of, I was into that band Melt Banana. You know them?
Yeah, I know that one, yeah.
And I was supposed to put out a 7-inch by them at one point, but it never happened. And anyway, the thing about the Japanese people is that they're not being different's not cool,
Right. They have to fit in.
Yeah, so the Japanese people that don't operate that way,
Yeah.
they're almost like revolutionaries or something, because
Or at least they're cultish, yeah.
know the amount of bullshit they got to put up with there.
Yeah.
From society just for dressing
Oh, I
slightly
understand. They
different
literally
or liking
if you're like
something that
20, if you're 20 and you go to the real business barber, he's like, yeah, there's 4 cuts. I understand that shit, and
yeah,
if you don't
I
fit
like
into that mold,
Japanese. I like Japanese girls. I've dated two of them.
Yeah.
And they were exactly alike. They had no they're like a hive mentality. You're raised to
Okay.
think this way, dress this way, like this
Right.
stuff. The thing I like about Japanese women is they all like violent movies and shit.
Oh, do
you
they?
can watch a horror film with them and they'll laugh. They'll be laughing at people getting cut up and shit. It's weird.
Well, yeah. Okay. So this therapist that my kids had, he would hang out on the couch and watch YouTube with me endlessly for a couple of years. And one of the things he asked me is, he's like, "Why do you think the Japanese girls they answer the question like hee?" And I said, because their uncomfortable giggle is they're not allowed to have a personal, specific opinion. That's the deal. They
Oh, that's the
giggle every
deal.
time that they half answer. They'll half answer you and then giggle because it's like, I can't really own up to that.
Oh, they
If
like
it's
comic
okay.
books and they read the most violent fucking anime fucking shit that you can
I don't know,
even
but
imagine.
I don't like Japanese anything almost, you know.
See, to
So I
me,
don't know.
to me, anime's like for girls, really. I think it really is. They're the ones that read the comic books over there. I think it's kind of a put down if you're a dude reading
All,
a comic book.
all of my kids are into all that stuff, you know, anime, Japanese, you know, all that, you know, comic books, whatever. I don't know,
I
different things. They all
know,
have different arenas.
I know where my attraction to Japanese women come from.
Let me think. Hold on. Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD.
No, Godzilla.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay. I
I
thought
was
they would be like
raised.
too small.
I was literally raised on Godzilla movies and the hot chicks. The chicks that were portrayed as hot in all the Godzilla movies were all Japanese chicks, right? So
Well,
I
I
don't
would
know. I
suppose
think I
they're
just
all
got an
Japanese actors.
attraction from. I'd be like, yeah,
Aren't
that
they all
chick's hot,
Japanese
you know.
actors? See, this is what I thought. I mean, I can't really watch those movies, but I figured everybody's like this small on the screen. I didn't know you could really see.
So I would go to school. Like, there would be nobody even remotely Japanese, you know, anywhere. And I really only like the Japanese. Like, I don't really like the other Asian chicks. I don't think they're anything special, but I do think the Japanese chicks are pretty good looking overall. And it's hard to tell them apart from the Koreans. The South Korean chicks look very similar, but the other
They
Asian
don't live far
countries,
apart.
the other
They don't
Asian
live far
countries,
apart.
you can like tell, you know, differently. You know, like to me, the Koreans look nothing like Chinese people at all. They look more Japanese. You would think they would look more Chinese, but you know,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I grew up with Koreans, like in elementary. I mean, not elementary. Like what do you call it? Preschool. I was talking the other day because somebody brought it up when everybody had the same haircut. I guess it's a Dutch boy or something like that. But boys, girl, whatever. Everybody had the same fucking haircut in preschool. I had two little girlfriends, and Dana was the Korean one, and was it? No, she was the blonde one. Now I fucking forget now. But anyways, like it it was important to me, you know, to have that connection because I guess because of the exotic nature, right?
it's not really just the culture though. It's genetics. I mean, they have completely different genetics than the Chinese. I
Right.
mean, for instance, their eyes they sort of round down instead of and the Chinese round up, and they have more round faces, and the Chinese have more like normal
Yeah, I find
faces.
that
You
it's
know.
in a general Korean trait of a rounder face. I find that very attractive, actually. You know what I
Yeah, me
mean?
too. I
But like
like,
you
and
said,
the Japanese got it too. So it's like why I find them attractive. I
hmm
don't necessarily like. Oh, you like Asian chicks? No, I. In fact, most Asian chicks I don't think are that hot. I mean, I like any chick. I'm not putting down any kind of chick by race. I like chicks
that's
of all
good.
races. You know, I'm just saying in general. I think Japanese and Korean chicks are pretty good looking. You know,
Yeah, I don't
like
know. I
probably
mean,
somebody at the in Japan that's considered ugly to them, I would probably find
right?
attractive. You know, because I'm not around so many Japanese people. So
I don't really think I specifically have a type. You know what I mean? I like different types. You know?
and I like the culture in Japan as well. You know,
Yeah, I don't. I
um,
don't think I deal with it. It's too much, man.
oh really? Yeah, I like it
I
a
mean, it's
lot.
just it's all, you know. Everything goes in its place, and it's very restrictive. I don't. I just
It's
I
really a
live in chaos.
post World War II culture, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. There you go.
All their ancient
I
shit's
don't
been
know enough
destroyed,
about
other
it.
than Kyoto.
Yeah, I understand that most people don't live anywhere. Like, you know, most of the land is basically uninhabited, you know.
Yeah, I mean
That's kind
Japanese.
of wild.
They live on cooled off lava that came out of an underground volcano in the ocean.
Right, right.
People don't really know even how they got there.
I mean, Mexico City is like, you know, a floating garbage barge kind of that they kept building on, you know what I mean? That's kind of wild, you
Yeah,
know. To think of
but I
it,
mean
because when
they
you see when you see a roo and it's like all wobbly and wavy, and it's like, yeah, because it's, you know, it's on like bamboo and mud, and it's just floating on the water, really.
Yeah, it's just that they have no natural resources, and they have their soil's not fertile to really have a really good crops on it. That's why they eat
Yeah,
everything out of the ocean. They eat a lot of rice because it's grown in the water.
right.
Um,
And that's why you have those swaths of, like what farmland, but there's just rural land is just empty because
yeah.
nobody can sustainably use it.
And do you know about the
What's that?
Japanese blue dots?
What? No, I don't think
So Japanese people, when they're born, they'll have a blue dot on each ass cheek.
they'll have it put on.
No, they're born with it, and
No,
then
man.
as they get older, it'll like fade away. Like maybe around they turn 5 or 6, it's no longer there. And back in the day, if you were a baby born without the blue dots, they considered that a sign that you would be retarded. So they would kill
Ah,
the non-blue dot babies. So now everybody got a blue dot. It's pretty like rare that you wouldn't get blue dots, but
wow.
The Mongolians get that. So they're the only other people that get that, and they think that somehow Japan is some kind of Mongolians that somehow got lost in the ocean and just kind of washed up there at some point because they don't really think there's any way like natural anything would come out of this fucking dried up lava in the ocean, just because there's no resources or anything. That's why they would always go in and attack the Philippines and Korea and shit. They would take all their resources.
Yeah, they're a lot like Korea though, because I mean I only know one Mongolian personally, but it's Jimmy's wife, and so I've talked to her a lot about it, and a lot they share a lot with Koreans from what I can tell. Um, Japanese maybe not so much.
Yeah.
But the place, whatever where she's from, it's terrible. Everybody gets killed for weird political local squabbles and shit like that. It's terrible.
Yeah. So you
Well,
went
I'm gonna
to
get going
oh, you got to
tonight,
get going,
Grady.
man. All right, dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay up, but what are your plans? I'm gonna just be back up tomorrow with Minnie. But what are your plans?
Oh, I'll probably just be watching that. I don't really have any plans. Just hanging out.
All right. Stay mysterious then.
All right, you take it easy.
All right, you too. Yeah. Hey, wait. Oh, never mind. Don't wait. See you later, man. See you tomorrow. Cheers.